morning. How's it going? Welcome to my partial fish room. Just showing you some of my breeding pairs. The cobalts on the right side, have some malenkers in the middle, and then blue snakeskins to my front. The blue snakeskins laid eggs last night or early this morning. So I had a couple of people wondering on Discus Diaries, what should the water change be if the Discus have already laid eggs? Well, mine have already laid eggs, and I've literally, this is a 20-gallon high tank that I have, and basically I've taken out 5 gallons, and basically all I'm doing is just taking out any type of feces, any type of particulates that are at the bottom of the tank that can contaminate the eggs and or the fish in general, and or the water parameters. And then from there, what I want to do is just make sure that the water parameters are good across the board, such as your pH, your ammonia, your nitrite, your nitrates, everything. Just making sure that all your parameters across the board are just 100% good. And just do small increment type of water changes. You don't have to do huge ones. You can do huge ones. I've seen people do them where basically they're at the lowest level, almost to where they're just above the eggs. I've had people, I actually know some friends of mine that do artificial breeding, where they actually take the eggs out of the water. So that tells you something, that the eggs can be taken out of the water for periods of time. So just make sure that when you're doing the actual water changes, emulate exactly what's in the tank as far as pH level, the TDS level, the temperature. Make sure those are all on point. Make sure those are like extremely on point as far as temperature and all that goes. And then just do your water changes. Don't like dump the water in there. You don't want to scare your breeding pairs off, and you don't want to have a high volume of water go in there, because you might have eggs run off the cone or the substratum that that the eggs are attached to. Just a nice little flow of water in there. Use like a little small hose, like a 3/4 inch or a 1/2 inch little hose should do you fine. And then just do your slow little water change, and then just let the water seep in there. So this is a 20 high tank. I'm eventually going to do another 5 more gallons. I just did a 5 gallons right now. I'll probably do 5 more gallons. So a 50% water change, and this is with the actual eggs on the cone, with the parents with them. So, and yeah, I have no issues at all, and this is just my preference. This is something that you can think of later down the road when you have breeding pairs, and when you guys have eggs on the cone and or on your substratum. And basically just something to think about. Necessarily, you can have other filtration systems out there that will enable you not to really do a water change. It'll just clear up the water that much better instead of having to do a water change. Or you could do a water change right before, like let's say you you notice them doing spawning behavior, like cleaning the cone off, picking at the cone, or let's say you notice them doing the other mating behaviors. If you start noticing that, or let's say if you start noticing them kind of picking at each other, or let's say that they have their gills, underneath their gills they're yellowish in color, that also means that they're going into breeding mode. Just another sign. So those are all just things to take into consideration, and then that'll give you a telltale sign on just to do an extra water change beforehand, so that way you're not trying to deal with it while the eggs are in place, and you know for sure that you have at least good water throughout the duration of the eggs being laid. So if this answers your question, guys, I hope it does. If you have any more questions, or you can just do comments below, let me know what you think. Hope you have a great day and happy fish keeping.